Okay. Hello, everybody. Onakusho. That is Ochrema Achampo. Now, Ochrema in the Ashanti language of Ghana is a drummer. So anybody who is a professional drummer who has developed the art of drumming to a certain perfection, we call him Ochrema. So his real name is Harold Achampo, but because he's an ace drummer, we call him Ochrema. And my name is Owusu Setre. Owusu, if anybody familiar with Ghanaians know, Owusu is a very popular name. My first name is Sam, and I happen to be one of the executives of the Ghanaian Association on the other side of the island. We're here to give you some background as to our African heritage. Most of the time, I have kids who were born here, who were grown up here, and they don't know much about Africa. Back home in Africa, when I talk of Africa, I mean the West African sub-region, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Cameroon, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, and Liberia, and all those. There, when we do things, our parents, at the end of every evening, when we finish with our dinner, they gather us around the fire, and then they tell us stories. I heard two of the young ladies and the young gentleman telling stories.
Ago!
That's how it starts.
When I say Ago, you say Ago. Ago means pay attention, and then Ami means we are ready. I want you to pay attention because he's talking. When your teacher is talking, what do? Listen. That's it. You got it. This is smart kid. Let's listen.
So when we start, when the elders sit down after a very heavy meal and everybody is ready to go to bed, then they start Ago, and then you respond. Okay. Then they start, and then have anybody heard about the spider? They call him Anansi. Anansi stories. You heard about the Anansi stories? Okay. Anansi in the Englishman's language means a spider. Now, Anansi holds a very special place in the African culture. Anansi, the spider, is supposed to be very wise. Are you listening? Anansi is supposed to be very wise, he's cunning, he's tricky, and he's smart. So his stories, our elders use the Anansi stories to give us directives as to life. What do you do? How do you become creative? How do you adapt to situations and make up your own thing, be inventive, be innovative, and all those things. So Anansi always has something very nice and very funny when the story is being told. Today, I'm just going to focus on one story, how wisdom became so popular. Before, when God created everything, wisdom was very limited. Now, Anansi, whose day name is Kwaku, Kwaku only means somebody who was born on Wednesday. Ghana, every day that you were born, you have a day name. So if you were born on Monday, your name will be Kojo if you're a boy. If you're a girl, your name will be Adwa. If you are Tuesday, it's Kobina or Abina for the girl. And then Wednesday is Koku or Kwaku, and then Ekua for the girl. You might have friends who are called Kofi. Kofi is Friday born for the boy, and Efua is Friday born for the girl. I left out Yao because I'll come to that later on. And then you have Kwame. Kwame is Saturday, and then Ama is Saturday for the girl. Now Sunday they have Akwesi or Kwesi, and then the girl is called Akosua. So the day you are born, you have a name even before your parents give you a name. So Thursday, why did I leave Thursday? Africans respect the earth a lot because the earth gives us the produce, the food for the farm and everything, and the earth is where we live on. We live on the earth, so the earth is supposed to be a deity, a mother, so to say. So they call the earth Ya. So any girl born on Thursday is called Ya. If you're a boy, you call Yao. That's very simple, right? Okay, so, and then on Saturday, they call God, the omnipotent God, as Kwame. because they believe that when God created the universe, on Saturday he rested. So they called him Onyankopon Kwame. And then Asase, yeah. So back to the story. Anansi had some kids. He had the firstborn was Ntikuma. The second born was Nankonhia. The third born was Efuduchitri. Now the names are very funny names. Ntikuma was the only normal kid among Anansi's children. But then he had Nankonhia had very tiny little skinny legs. Efuduchitri had what you call the Kwashako baby. He had a very big stomach and a head, and the other parts of the body were all funny. And we have Tikelenkene. Tikelenkene had a very big head. A T in the Ashanti language is the head. Kelenkene means it's dangling the head, like Humpty Dumpty. That is Tikelenkene. So Anansi decided to gather all wisdom and keep it in a big pot and hang it where people will have to go through him to get wisdom. Yeah, he wanted to be the dominator of all wisdom. So he tried getting a very big pot first, and then he gathered wisdom from all the people that God had created. And he put the wisdom in a pot and decided to find a very tall tree so that he could hang the wisdom on. How did Anansi gather the wisdom from the people? I don't know. Does anybody know? I don't know, but God gave him that power, so he gathered the wisdom. But there's one trick. When he was going to climb the tree, he made sure that he had covered the pot. He made sure that he had a good guidance or good observation of the pot. He doesn't want to put the pot behind him so that people could steal wisdom from the pot as he was climbing the tree. So he had the pot in front of him, hanging around his neck on the belly, and he decided to climb the tree. What do you think happened? Well, not yet. He will fall, but not yet. Any other contributions? How easy is it to climb a tree with something hanging in front of you on your belly? He couldn't.
Let me try.
Try and see. Let's see. Ochoma is going to try. You see, the pot gets in your way. What? You like? Oh, climbing. Yes, he was trying to climb. But the pot, because of the pot, he could not go up. Because anytime he goes, the pot gets in his way. Even though he had very long hands, still, he could not get a good grip of the tree so that he could climb very easily. So his son, who was watching the father from under the tree, called him, "Daddy, daddy, daddy." You know how many times your parents are doing things and then you think you have a brighter idea, but then you call them, they don't want to listen. But this time, Anansi listened, not because he wanted to listen, but because his son was distracting him from climbing the tree. Umumogo. So when he called, he was distracting him, Anansi said, "Yes, what do you want? Leave me alone. Let me go get this thing up the tree." And then the son said, "Daddy, don't you think it would be easier for you if the pot was behind you so that you could climb the tree and whatever is in the pot, when you get there, you could hang it?" Anansi tried it and he saw it was true. So, number one, he failed in his quest to gather all wisdom because his son had proved to him that he still has some wisdom left in him. Number two, he could not climb the tree because the pot was in front of him. So that means his purpose has been defeated. So out of frustration, what do you think Anansi did? He dropped the pot. He dropped the pot out of frustration. And when he dropped the pot, by that time there was a whole lot of people gathered around the tree watching to see what he was doing because it looked funny. And so when he dropped the pot, it scattered all wisdom and everybody ran and gathered some wisdom. Those who were able to get more became very wise. And those who couldn't run got nothing. That's sad, isn't it? So that's how wisdom spread in all the world. Now, what is the moral of the story? What does Anansi have to do with us?
First of all,
Every story that our parents told us had a moral to it, a moral story, a life teaching lesson in it. The moral of the story is that everybody is given a talent. First to the parents. Parents, you don't shut your kids down when they want to talk to you, because whatever they are saying, no matter how silly it might sound, there is a grain of wisdom in it. Because it's like when you see people dancing in a glass house, but you don't hear the music. Their action looks funny to you. Say, what's these people up to? You don't hear the music, you only see body movements. That is one of the things. So parents, we have to be able to adapt to our kids and listen to what they say so that we can correct them if they are wrong. The second part is this. You don't have to be greedy with your talent. Whatever God has given you, you have to help develop everybody's talent. But Anansi thought that he wanted to be the only wise person in the village. So he tried to gather, God had given him a talent, but he used that talent wrongly by trying to get everything for himself. Now when you do that, you become a public enemy. Everybody is spiteful of you. They call you greedy, they call you names. And number three, the entire family tree of Anansi, his children and everything, they had funny names. The names had some connotation to it. Why would you call somebody Humpty Dumpty just because he had a big head? Or why do you call somebody a Fuduchuduchu because he has a stomach like somebody who has kwashiorkor? Kwashiorkor is a childhood disease that's very common in Africa. You see them with very big tummies, but very undeveloped other parts of the body. But the general idea is that as children, you have to be obedient to your parents, you have to be forthcoming with your suggestions, but if they say no, you also have to listen, and then you can ask questions, why do you say no? Why don't I have to do this? Because they have also passed through the mill. They were kids before they became adults. So whatever they have, you're going through, they have been through it, all right? Do you understand? Did you get the story? You want some more?
Okay, let me just say. Guys, do you listen? Listen, it's not about the story, but you have to listen what it achieves. When you have talent, one thing I got, when you have talent, don't be ashamed to prove that you have that talent. You understand? It's not just to sit down and just listen to the story, but you have to listen to the theme of the story and deduce what they are saying. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much. Everybody say yeah to this man. Yeah! 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 Say yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's laughing. Everybody laugh for him.
All right.
Now I have an assistant. He's going to help me tell the story today. Yeah. When I say Akadi, I want you to clap your hand this way. Akadi. Now we're going to do it in sessions. Akadi. No, don't clap. Akadi. Now together. Yeah. Actually means clap. It's a language from Ghana, the southern part of Ghana, called Greater Accra. So when I say actually, I'm asking you to clap your hands. Actually. Yeah, I know it is very interesting to see a number of children here today telling a lot of stories. I want to say thank you to my brother, my uncle, my father, my everything, Mr. Usu, for telling you one story. I'm also going to tell you one story. If you like me to tell a story, say yeah! Yeah! I can't hear you. Yeah! it's always very important because in our homes in Africa, every evening, like he said, after dinner, our parents will gather the children around. Remember those days we had no electricity. So in the village, do I hear you talking as I'm talking to? I'm a teacher. So when I talk and you talk, you know I'm going to get upset. Now I'm smiling, so I'm not upset. Okay. You got it. Smart kids and smart parents and everybody. Okay, so in the village, I'm just giving you a pictorial view of what we used to do because most of you were born here. So you don't know what our parents have been going through. So in the village, no lights. And then we have all the small lanterns. In Ghana, we have like melting the canteen, and then they have wick in it, and then there's kerosene in it, and they put fire on it, and then it lights. And then we gather around and they tell us the story. If I see that the kids are not paying attention, I'll say, I tried. I'm getting upset. Now I'm smiling because I saw some of you smiling. Okay. The story I'm going to tell you, I want you to follow what I'm going to tell you. So I will say everything and you repeat after me. I want everybody to say Asempa. Asempa. Zimpa. Zimpa. Naye. Zimpa naye. Good name is better than riches. That is the story I'm going to tell you. So I'm going to sing the song and then later I'll tell the story. Zimpana yo, ubiambozi, wara na wija uzimbo. Zimpana yo, ubiambozi, wara na wija uzimbo. Zimpana yo, ubiambozi, wara na wija uzimbo. This is my story. How many of you have seen a dog before? Raise your hand. Now put your hand down. If you've never seen a dog in your life before, raise your hand. I'll give you $20. If you have never seen a dog, you see, right? Now listen. There's one thing. Remember I said good name is better than what? Riches. Now you are raising your hand even though you have seen a dog before because of the money. So are you living up to the good name? Okay, raise your hand if you have never seen a dog before. I'll give you $20 straight. Me, when I promise I'll give. $20. Okay, let's go. You've never seen a dog before, right? You see? How much I have here? You see, now you all don't know what you are doing. When I said $20, nobody had a friend, and his friend was the cat. How many of you have seen a cat before? Cat, as for this, I want everybody to tell the truth. Yes, I'm not giving money, so don't tell me you have not seen cat before. Okay, thank you. So we have two characters. The dog and what? The cat. These two animals were friends. Ago! When I say Ago, you say what? I mean, Ago? I tried it. And wait, pay attention. Okay, so the cat and the dog were friends. And then there was a birthday party. A birthday party for the dog's friend. And so all the village people were invited to go to the party, including the dog and the cat. In the olden days, dogs, the cat, and every animal could talk like human beings. So they were invited to go to the party. Now, when they went, they put the cat and the dog in one room as special guests. And then, in the kitchen, the women were cooking nice food. Cassava leaves, spinach, Oh, the nice food, the fish, the chicken, the turkey, everything. Oh man, when I'm talking, I'm even feeling hungry. Oh man, let me look at my stomach. Okay, I'm okay. So, the food was prepared in the kitchen. And in the olden days, the kitchen I'm talking about is not like what you see here. It's not the kitchen that you have here. It's not the kitchen that you have in your homes. That kitchen is everything is the normal earth that you see in the street. So you people have not seen anything. But everything is kwata. That means just the normal earth. So when they do food, they prepare food in the village. When they finish, they will use water and then they will clean the place and then, like just trying to make sure everything is fine. So when you go to the kitchen after they have cleaned the place, your footsteps you will leave a mark right there. And then, so in the evening, during the dinner time, they gave them sumptuous meal, cassava sauce, cassava food, and then they have the rice, chicken, jerk chicken. There was no Chinese food then, so they didn't give them Chinese food. No Burger King too, there's no fried. See, they gave them so much food. They ate, but the food was so good that when they went to sleep, the dog woke up and then went to the cat. Hello, cat. Hello, cat. I want to go and urinate. He said, what? You want to go urinate? No. There's chamber pot right here. Can you do it there? He said, no. I want to go out. He said, if you go, I'll go with you. The cat told the dog, I'll go with you. Then the dog said, okay, no, I don't want to urinate. Then he said, please, I want to just do number 2. Number 2 is, do you go and then, yes. Everybody know what number 2 is? Yes. He said, no. He said, oh, you want to go to number 2? Yeah, our room has number 2 there, go there. He said, no. He said, then he fat a little bit. He said, oh, you want to do number 2? Okay, let's go with you. He said, no, if you are going, then I'm not going. Then he said, I want to, in the olden days, the elder people, they smoke tobacco. They had a smoke, tobacco something. He said, I want to go out and smoke my tobacco. He said, if you go to smoke, I'll go with you. He said, oh, then I'm not smoking. Everything that he tells him, the cat will say, I want to go with you. He said, you, this guy. The dog was standing somewhere and said, the guy said, So he was insulting him in a language that he didn't understand. Then the dog said, okay, he has to find another means so that he can go outside and then go to the kitchen. Because his goal was to go to the kitchen and do what? Eat some of the food because he was greedy. So the dog said, okay. He intentionally fainted. And then he fainted and then fell on the floor. And then the cat said he's going to the kitchen to go and fetch water. When he came, he had come out and then he went to hide. So he couldn't find him. He said he fainted, but what happened? Nowhere to be found. Then, as he was looking for him, the dog just went. I'm the dog. Everybody follow me. I'm the dog. I'm the dog. The dog opened the door slowly, and then he went inside. He took some of the sauce, the rice, the cassava, the yam, the cocoyam. He took everything, and then he started eating. He ate, and then his stomach almost burst. And then he said, okay. But when he finished, because of what he has done, he didn't go back to the room. So he ran away. Then he went to the town, like the next town, and then he was waiting for the cat. Then when the cat was coming, he asked the cat, hello cat, did you hear the woman talking about me? He said, why? I didn't hear anybody talking about you, but you have left your marks in the kitchen. Nobody is talking about you. Whatever you did in the kitchen, there's a mark right there. So your footsteps are in the kitchen. So whatever you did is over there. So now this is the song. Eje zimpanayo, zimpanayo, obiambo udi. So that means nobody is talking about you, but whatever you did in the kitchen is your testimony that you have left your name. Clap for me, everybody. Ajadi, ajadi. Ajadi, ajadi. Ajadi, ajadi. Ajadi, ajadi. Now, for the other children, get up. Let's do some dance. Come on. Everybody, grab the kids. Let's do some dance. Come on. Yes, yes. Are you ready? Okay, come out of your seat so that I teach you a little bit dance. Okay, I want everybody to do this. 1, 2. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now we're gonna do.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. They will be coming here for you. It's not the story, as I said. It's the meaning of the story and the morale behind the story. So, you guys, put your hands together and clap for all the Ghanaians. Are you guys ready for the party? At the ferry. Santa, and you see this guy? This guy can run. And he's going to take Santa, and Santa is coming from the North Pole, and from the North Pole he's going to the backyard, and from the backyard he's coming to Mr. Mola, and from Mr. Mola he's coming to to this lady, and here and here, and to here and here, and run about, and run, and give it to Mr. Mola.
Ajaba. Ajaba. Thank you very much. Okay, I want to have your undivided attention because the story I'm going to tell is really very, very important. Do I have your attention at the back? Okay, especially the children. I have a question here. Okay, please, if you want to use the bathroom, please make sure you don't cut across the camera. Go to the back of the cameraman and go to the men's room or the ladies' room, okay? My story. Who knows what a desert is? A desert. What's a desert? Very dry place. It's sunny. No water. Very good. Yes. What? A hot place. A very hot place. Do you know what makes the desert is what it is today? No. We have a lot of deserts all over the world. There is a big one in Africa called what? How do you call the desert? The big desert in Africa? The Sahara Desert. It's very hot. No water. Do you know what makes the desert come about? That's my story. There used to be two very important people in the village.
very rich. They have farms, they are farmers. Everybody comes to them to get the products to eat. They want everything, they come to these two people. One is called Kweku Anansi. Remember that guy spoke about Kweku Anansi? Yes. As the sly guy, very smart one. And the other one is called Parliament. They are the richest people in the village. So everybody comes to them because they have a big farm. So, but things changed. It started becoming very hot. No rain comes. And all their crops started dying. They become very poor. And they didn't like that. So what did they do? Parliament prayed to God. He said, God Almighty. Do I have your attention here? He said, God Almighty, I have been very rich. I have been a very good farmer. Now there is no rain. Please, could you make the rain come to my farm so that my crops will grow? He cried and prayed and prayed and prayed. And then nothing happens. So he kept praying. He did not stop praying. He kept praying until he came across one guy who is called God. And then God said, okay, I have so many responsibilities. I've given the rain to Fatu. I've given the sun to Adi. I have given the soil to Muhammad. The guy who is responsible for the rain is Yayebu. Go to Yayebu and tell her that I have instructed you to make him make rain. So he went to Yayebu. Yayebu, I want rain. God has sent me to you. So Yayebu said, okay, take that stick on the floor and beat me on the back. So Palmami took the stick from the floor and beat Yayebu on the back. But not too hard, just 5 strokes. And then he went home. In the morning when he woke up, he went to the farm. Guess what happened? There was a lot of rain. All his crops were fresh. And he became rich again. But Anansi Kweku, he passes by. He saw his friend's farm very good. And he said, okay, maybe my farm also got rain. Not knowing that, no. He went to his farm, to his disappointment. No rain came to his farm. All his crops are dead. So he came to his friend. He said, Palmami, how did you manage? Look at your farm. It's so fresh. Look at my farm. Everything is dead. How did you manage to have rain? So Palmami was a very good friend. He said, okay, I'm going to tell you where it happened. So he told him all the story about how he prayed to God, how he met God, and God showed him to go and meet Yayebu, the Rainmaker. So now what did Kweku do? He passed by. He didn't want to go to God. He didn't want to pray. He went straight to Yayebu. Yayebu, I want rain. He said, what? I want rain now. So he said, okay, beat me, then I will make rain. Kweku took the biggest stick and he started beating Yayebu. He beat her. Yayebu fell down on the ground. She could not breathe. And he kept beating her. You know why he was beating her like that? So that he can get heavy rain on his farm. But he kept beating Yayebu until Yayebu could not breathe anymore. Yayebu is dead. So sad. Anansi has killed the Rainmaker. So now, how can he go back to God and tell God that I have killed your Rainmaker? So now he doesn't know what to do, because if he goes to God and tell God that I have killed your Rainmaker, he's going to be in trouble. But being a sly guy, you know what he did? He said, I'm going to make a plan. He took Yayebu to one of the trees and put him up there. Big mango tree with a lot of fruits. So he went to his friend and said, "Pan Mami, there are a lot of mangoes in that tree. Can you come with me so that we can go and harvest those mangoes? You know, people need fruits." Now, Pan Mami, not knowing the problem, he said, "Of course, let's go." He followed him. Remember, Anansi is very sly. After he has kept the dead Rainmaker on the tree, he brought his friend to go and climb the tree. His friend did not see the dead Yayebu. So he went up the tree, and Anansi said, shake the tree. So he shook the tree. In the process of shaking the tree, Yayebu fell down on the floor. He said, "Oh, you have killed her. You have killed the Rainmaker. Now God is going to discipline you." So now Pan Mami also said, "I know, my friend. Okay, since you said I am the one who have killed the Rainmaker, I'm going to take the body to God myself." So now Anansi is very happy. He said, I got him. Now, instead of me being the one who killed Yayebu, it's going to be Pan Mami now who was killed by Yayebu. He went home happy. So now Pan Mami also, he tried to trick him. He said, okay. He made up a story that now I have tried to take the body to God, Yayebu's body to God. But the thing is, the person who killed Yayebu is going to be the richest person all over, because God has been trying to kill Yayebu for a very long time, but he could not do that. So Anansi heard the story, said, "Oh, but hold on a second. How can I give the credit to Pan Mami when I am the one who has actually killed the Rainmaker?" He came, he said, "You stupid Pan Mami. You think you are the one who killed the Rainmaker? I am the one who killed the Rainmaker. Give me the body. I'm going to take it to God." So he took the body and came to God and said, "God, I am the one, not Yayebu. I am the one who killed your Rainmaker." Not knowing that it was a trick Pan Mami played to him. So now God said, "You killed my Rainmaker?" He said, "Yes, I am the one. Give me all the presents you wanted to give to the person who will kill your Rainmaker." He said, "What kind of present are you talking about? This is my best person you have killed. Now because of that, you are going to be in big trouble." So he handled Anansi and put him in jail. He's been in jail for the rest of his life. But what he did was, that farm that belongs to Anansi, he handed the farm over to Pan Mami, and the rain fell on the farm of Pan Mami, and he became rich again. But the other area, where the big farm that belongs to Anansi, remains to be the desert that we have all over the world today. So now, who can tell me what is the moral of the story? Yes. You should not be greedy. Yes, what's the moral of the story? Huh? You should not lie. Good. Yes. Take responsibility for what you have done. So that is the story. There is a desert because of Anansi, but he became sly and tricky, and he ended up being in trouble. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Please give the president a big applause. That's a very good story. If you listen, you can. You know, when they said somebody's grandpa in African language, it means somebody who is so wise. When they say you are a grandpa, it's somebody who has lived for a very long time. Guys, I want everybody to go and sit down, please. Go and sit down, please, guys. Everybody go sit down, please. I don't want anybody at the hallway. Please. Hello? Guys. Yeah. As I said, In our local language, when they said you are a grandpa, it means somebody who is so wise and who has lived for a very long time in this world and see a lot of stuff. So, not much I do, I'm going to call Mr. Saidu Kuroma and I'm going to say, Grandpa! Grandpa! Oh, Grandpa is coming, a very wise man. You know what happened? Before I give him the mic, Grandpa just went at the ferry and Santa told him that he is at 39 Cousin Place in my house. He's right now resting, he's drinking some soup. Alright, when I say Sonelens, say you. Sonelens. Alright. Who can tell me what that means? Who can tell me what that means? That's a language in Sierra Leone. Sonelens, you. When you hear me say this, you say you. Sonelens. Do you know what that means? Alright, Fatima, you tell me what that means. Huh? Alright, who else can tell me what that means? Sonelens. Yes. Alright, the simple meaning is be quiet. Okay? The walking around is too much. If you're here for something, you have to pay attention.
Please, guys, what's happening?
Okay? When you want to do your private talks, you're not going to get nothing from here. And you're not going to enjoy the stories that we're going to tell. When I say, Oboti, say Oboti. Alright. Meaning is sweet. Alright. Do you guys know why? Who knows a spider here? Who knows a spider? Who has seen a spider? Only a few people in this room have seen a spider. Alright, for those of you who have seen a spider, do you know why that spider, the middle of the spider is so slim that it can break apart? Can break apart. Alright, the story I'm going to tell you is about the spider. And when somebody is greedy, Mr. Spider used to have a 350 pounds weight. 350 pounds weight. This Mr. Spider, you see that little one? He used to have a 350 pounds weight. But this Mr. Spider was a man wearing everywhere they say there is a ceremony. Mr. Spider wants to be there.
Listen to this story, please. Very interesting. Very interesting. Please.
If you don't listen, we're not going to say nothing. And when we don't say nothing, no Christmas present. Mr. Spider used to be a 350 pounds guy. But this guy, every time they say there is a ceremony somewhere where he can reap some benefit, he wants to be there. So, he's used to getting this stuff from people to a point when this time they had 4 places, 4 villages where there were ceremonies at the same minute, same time. Mr. Spider wants to be in all 4 of these areas to benefit. I want you to listen. Mr. Spider wants to be in 4 of these villages where they have these ceremonies because he's used to benefiting from that. So the only thing Mr. Spider could do was to ask each village to provide a rope for him.
So he said, I'm going to be in the middle, in the center of these 4 villages. Then you're going to tie me in the middle. Mr. Spider came in the middle of the 4 villages. They tied in the middle, his middle. And he said, when you finish tying, I want you guys to pull me. So I can get each and every village, I can get into each and every village. He's forgetting that when they pull, he's not going to go nowhere. He's going to still be where he is. So they tied Mr. Spider, and he said, pull. They pull. They pull. They pull. All the 4 villages were pulling. Mr. Spider was not moving nowhere. He wasn't going anywhere. Where he ended was, to a point, the more they pull, the more his body gets slimmer. From 350 pounds, it became 6 ounces. It became 6 ounces deep, and there is no middle. He lost all his middle. That's how he lost it. Then, the 4 villages said, well, now, since Mr. Spider is so little, we have to go to the farm to do farming. When they went to the farm, this was as soon as the 4 villages went to the farm to do their farming, there was war in the entire area. There was war. The head of the army for that war said, we're going to go into each and every village. And each and every village, we're going to kill all the old people there. The good thing was that I wasn't there. I was outside of those 4 villages. Now, they went to the paramount chief, who is the 4 paramount chiefs. They put them together. They said, each and every paramount chief had a son of the 4 paramount chiefs. So when these 4 paramount chiefs came, the head of the army said, Pa, we need your 4 kids to come to the front. When they came, the leader of the army said, we're going to kill each and every one of these, whoever is older has to die. So they asked the first village chief, they said, how old is your son? Then the paramount chief said, this boy, I am his father, but if you know how old this boy is, if you know how old this boy is, I'm his father, but he's very, very old. So, what am I laughing for that? So I laugh now, I don't laugh. The funny thing is that the old man doesn't want to say he's the older because he's the father. So instead of him dying, he preferred his son to die. So therefore, he said, I am his father, but he's older than me. So how could that be? Can somebody tell me how could a son be older than a father? Is it possible? No. Alright, it's not possible. So what I need you to do first of all is, when I say, Oboti, Oboti, you say Oboti. Oboti, Oboti. Oboti. Oboti, Oboti. What does that mean? Sweet. What does that mean? Sweet. Sweeto is sweet. Say it's sweet. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all a Merry Christmas. Thank you.
I told you, I said when they said somebody is grandpa, is a man who is so wise. When they said somebody is the president, is somebody who is a ruler. And now we have somebody who is called Mala. Somebody who is called Mala is somebody who is so educated in the Arabic tongue, is called Mala. This guy, guess what? This is the only guy that walked from Sierra Leone to America with his feet. And when he was coming, he just passed by 39 cuts in place. He met Santa there, but Santa is still eating. I don't know why. But Mrs. Kuroma Mrs. Kurama was coming with Santa. He left Santa by somewhere in the car. Yeah, so she just told me that Santa is around the corner. So I'm going to call the most wisest person in the Arabic, who is called Malam, who worked from Freetown to America to tell us his experience. Thank you, Mr. Malam. And he is the Secretary General, the Assistant Secretary General of this association, Mr. Malam.
Thank you very much, sir. Honestly, what the Vice President said is the truth. I spent 3 hours from Freetown to the United States because I had like too many stops to rest. But in telling my own story this evening, I did not have to sit down because age is telling on me now. This is a very brief one. Because, first of all, I'll tell you my age, how old I am. Honestly, I'm 69 years old. Now this is serious. And kids, can you guys spell ball for me? Wait, ball. Who can spell the ball? All of you, let's do it together. How do we spell ball? Good. B-O-Y is ball. Well, in my, listen, B-O-Y is ball. Is that correct? Right. In my village in Sierra Leone, there is a nice school there. We had 3 families, the Koroma family, the Kamara family, and the Kaba family. What happened? There was a battle of supremacy between the Kamara family and the Koroma family. They all have kids, highly educated from that school. But each one spent like 10 years from class 1 to class 3. Very intelligent kids. So one day, they were having a contention. The Kamara family were saying, our kid is the most brilliant one in this village. And the Koroma family said, no, that's not true. The kid from the Koroma family is the brightest. It's okay, now let's prove it. They call a meeting, they call all the nearby villages. They met at the barrier in the evening. Guess what happened, kids? Kids, listen to this. So, the Kamara family produced their own child, the brilliant child ever. And the Koroma family did as well. Now, they should have a spelling challenge. They rehearsed for almost 2 years for this spelling challenge. 2 years? 2 years they were rehearsing. And what happened? The Kamara family representative stood up. And when he stood up, there was a huge applause for him. Boys, girls, boys, listen, this is very interesting and very important. This is real. It happened in my village. So, the representative from the Kamara family stood up and asked the other guy from the Koroma family. He said, spell me ball. The whole place was silent. Let's pay attention. Then the guy from the Koroma family said, that's an insult. Me spelling a ball? He said, I can do that with a twinkle of an eye. He said, okay, spell me ball. And the Koroma family representative stood up with pride and started by saying, all the families and supporters were on both sides ready. Started by saying, capital Y-O-B. And then the guy from the Kamara family said, he rejected, said somebody showed you. Said somebody showed you. So, listen guys, how do we spell ball? And then listen the way the Kamara family representative spelled it, Y-O-B. And the Koroma family representative said, somebody showed the guy. Now what do we understand here? You answer this question. The 2 people who is stupid are always more brilliant. Guys, put up your hand and answer this question. Who is more brilliant? Is the brightest? Is that also? Alright. Now, once that happened, there was a fight. A fight broke out in the village. But they fought seriously. They burned one of the houses houses, the most decent houses in the village. And then, but there was a greedy lawyer that had a house in the village. He was in the United Kingdom. He was rich, but very selfish and greedy. He had never helped his people. So they called him from England. They said, your house has been burnt. But the actual person that did the act, nobody could identify him. Now the guy came, but he was a very greedy person. But there's nobody who could ask for help. Hello? Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, the man was a very greedy guy. He has never helped the people in the village.
Guys, they are videoing this stuff. It's an archive, please. It's an archive. They want to put the story at the ferry. Please. Let's listen, please. We're going to party. You just listen a little bit.
So this well-educated man flew from England right to the village and then asked, who burned my house? Nobody answered. Who burned my house? Nobody answered. And then he said, if anybody could identify the person that burned my house, I have 100,000 pounds sterling. And then a very old, wise woman came from the corner and said, yes, I know the person that burned your house. I know who burned your house. He said, okay. He said, but I need not 100,000 pounds sterling. I need 1 million pounds sterling. I'll let you know. The man said, no, I'll give 500. It's okay. As long as you tell me, I'll give you. He said, bring down the money. The man brought the 1 million pounds sterling instant. Everybody gathered want to know who bought that house. The whole village was quiet, listening to that old and wise woman. The woman said, okay, now this is the 1 million pounds sterling. I need another $1 million US. The man brought it out. But that's the man who has never helped a person in that village. And everybody said, the old woman came, okay, now listen, let me show you, or let me tell you who bought your house. The man was so curious, was so anxious to know who bought this house. So after all listening, all the elders were there, and he took the mic like this. I said, let me tell you who bought the house. How many of you know Creole here? Alright. Then he said, the man asked again, please tell me, I want to deal with the person. The old woman collected the money and deposited it in the bank just in case. And said, well, let me tell you the truth. What bought your house is fire. And then instantly the man said, you gotta give me back my money. But at the end of the day, yes, I'm telling you, see, that's the truth. Fire burnt your house. And after the man sat back, is the old woman wrong or right? Tell me. Is the old woman wrong or right? What bought the man's house? Fire. So the man, the old lady at the end of the day, got the money and then walk away. That's why it's bad to be selfish. And one more minute. This has to do with my grandmother, because she witnessed that sin. But my grandmother, there is something we eat in Africa, the ladies eat in Africa. They call it snuff or tobacco. I don't know how to call it in English. Alright? That thing, she ate tobacco a lot. But when she had 3 friends, the one smokes a lot of cigarettes, the other one is an alcoholic addict, the other one is a prostitute. So these are his friends, my own grandmother. But my grandmother was so fed up and tired with her friends. So one day she walked to the pastor and told the pastor, say, Pastor, please preach to my friends. Then the evening, the pastor was in the church preaching. Then the pastor started by saying, he said, some are here. They smoke cigarette before coming to church, which is not good. Then my grandmother would be at the back, started saying, tell them, Pastor, tell them. Some are here, they drink excess of alcohol before coming to the church. It's not good in the sight of Jesus Christ. My grandmother would scream, tell them, Pastor, tell them. Then the pastor said, some are here, they eat tobacco before coming to church. And she said, leave them, Pastor, leave them. It's their choice. here is it's not nice to be selfish. So once again, thank you guys and wish you Merry Christmas whilst we're with Santa. Thank you very much.
I love my story, but I'm going to say it in English, and the meaning is that when you judge your kids, only by listening to what one person says, it's always good to listen to both sides. But I'm going to tell the story in English. Kids, are you ready to help me? When I said once upon a time, you said time, all right? Once upon a time. Good kids, you see, you guys going to be quiet for me, right? Good girls. There were two brothers, John and Joseph. These two boys grew up on the land from the same mother and the same father. They got along together, to work together, to get everything together in common. The only problem they ever had was with the older brother's wife. Whenever the two brothers disagreed, it was because the older brother was fighting with his wife. The younger brother never liked the idea. He always told his older brother, "You're so ungrateful. God has blessed you with a beautiful wife. She's respectful. She respects everybody in the village. She don't steal. She don't borrow. She never make confusion. We're always fighting with this lady. What do we want from God?" The older brother never ever one day explained why he always fight with his wife. The wife never explained why her husband always being angry with her. So every time, like 2-3 times a week, they would fight. So one time, the villager decided to call them. The husband called the wife. Matter of fact, the younger brother took the complaint to the town chief. He said, "Oh, older brother will have to divorce him because the older brother is so ungrateful. He always fighting this lady." When the town chief called them, their parents were there. So they sat down and everybody started to explain their story. They told the story why they always fighting. So they asked the wife. She said she didn't have anything to say. They asked the younger brother to start to explain for the time his brother married this woman to that person how he's so ungrateful. When I asked the older brother, "Why is it you always fighting with your wife and you can never tell anybody what the fight is about? Your wife can never tell anybody what the fight is about. Everybody loves your wife. Nobody knows why you're always fighting." The boy said, "Yes, my wife is beautiful. Very beautiful. Yes, she respects everybody in the village. Yes, she cooks. She does laundry. But do you know there's things that my wife really don't do that our wife's supposed to do?" They said, "Like what?" He said, "Like making hot water for me to take a bath. Or for like 6 months now, every time my wife had to go to bed, she would wear her jeans fast and she tired of her. She go to sleep. If my brother, the other brother has a small one. If your wife do those things to you every time, you think you guys fight?" He said, "Yes, I will fight my wife." He said, They told her, "Well, wife, is that what you usually do?" She said, "Yes." The mother looked at the small brother and said, "You see, you never know the rings that goes in the nice man's house. You have been judging your brother just because he's the one who always yelling. But your brother has a ring that has been pouring in his house that nobody knows of. So from today, if you want to judge your kids or you want to help somebody, listen to both sides of the story before you judge and make decisions. Don't say this man is so bad. Oh, this woman is so bad. Oh, this one is so good. Well, she do this, she does that. No. Listen to the man's side. Listen to the second. Why they always fighting, or why there is confusion, or why the man always running out there. There's a reason why a man who has a beautiful and a good wife will leave his wife home and go out to the world for something else. Or the woman will do the same thing. There's two sides to every story. Thank you.
This is very, very important. When you listen, we know. Thank you very much, Mrs. Koroma, for that wise, most of us, including me, when my daughter comes and tells me something, "Oh, Mama beats her, Mama beats him," this, that, I will just jump. Oh, why are you doing this? But at the end of the day, the little ones are the most commotion makers. They will go and hit them. They come, they will start crying. Then as soon as you come, then you start yelling. So as a matter of fact, this is a lesson for us. Now we are at the end of the story.